day 13, and we're all about colour today because although it's the 13th of January, Hallmark and all the big. Oops, I got it wrong. It's not Blue Monday. Anyway, sorry for this. Listen to the rest of the video. It still makes a lot of sense. Embrace colour. Corporates want us to call it Blue Monday. Well, I've worn blue because blue means something totally different for me. And today we're going to talk about the power of colour and dressing for confidence, but also the power of all colours in our lives. And for those who often see me in my apartment, if you come in here, you would know that there's a lot of colour. And I use it not just for what I wear, but also to brighten my mood, to help me feel more confident, and also just know that the world is already so dull. For so many years, in particular the years that I was quite unwell, I was always hiding behind black, thinking that made me look slimmer, when ultimately I needed to wear colours, because when I wore colours, even when I did my makeup, and I often see me wearing a bright lip, I know that it changes how I look, and I also feel more confident. So I'm not just doing it for you or for anyone, it is a feeling that I like for me. So one of my resources is around colour. And the one thing we also know around colour is colour holds an energy, it holds a vibration. So when we wear colours, colours can vibrate at different energy frequencies, and it has healing powers in it as well. So do you know the colours that really, make you feel good about yourself? And each of us have our own colour palette. And again, if you are in business, what are those colours that you reuse frequently? Because that builds up your brand reputation. So in my first few years of brand work, and I worked on brands for the first nearly 10 years of my life, true brands, consumer brands. So I worked for Nokia, and we always had blue, and blue is that color that builds trust. Red, it really depends on who the audience is, but it is fire and passion. But also, there's been loads of studies done on this. I think one of my favorite ones is when there's a lineup of women and a man is going through the lineup. If they're wearing any one item of red, they tend to be more attracted to red. Whereas equally for women, looking at women wearing red, it can actually have the opposite impact where they feel resentment and whatever. So you really have to know your target audience when it comes to, but actually outside all of that, what's the colours that you love, that you really love, that when you wear them, that you feel more confident, that you step in to this version of yourself that makes you stand taller. I know I've lots of presentations coming up over the next few weeks, and I'll be reflecting on what are the things that I'll feel really comfortable in, and also feel, they enhance me in the way that I can stand on stage, and I won't worry about what I'm wearing, or, that it can really, really feel like myself. And the tendency I would go as the older I get is to go pure comfort as opposed to some style. So what's that halfway? Today on Instagram, on my live, I shared a beautiful Instagram live with Fiona Hayes, who has been my stylist, but also has been my client and has experienced systemic coaching. And we talk all about all our resources, not just when it comes to styling, but we talked about our resources for the likes of systems that help supports our wardrobe so we can find the stuff. We both talked about she's getting a new wardrobe. I had an organizational consultant support me, and now when I go to pick clothes out, I can see all my colors. In fact, my organizational consultant, she brought me these bright pink hangers, the same color as the couch here. So allowing for color not just in your wearing, but like whether it's a mug that you used all the time, whether it's a journal that you write in. I also like to bring in colours in, if I'm writing a journal, different colour pens to enhance something. So, and it's really how I also have my brand, right? And the name itself, anyway, right beyond the norm, is that unusual name. But I like to bring like real colour and variety into my Instagram. I don't have that perfect, the same brand all the time, because I love variety. Variety is what gives me my spice of my life. So today really is an invitation for take out those tops from the wardrobe that make you feel awful. Put them into the charity bin. And I know in this world of fast fashion, that we really, really need to be much wiser on what we buy. And when you're buying for yourself in 2025, do consider the colours that people, again, that suit you, but also suit you. And I know for the art and our pale complexion, it is the primary colours. So for me, you will always see me wearing the blues, the greens, the reds, the pinks, the purples. They're my color palette. So knowing what is your color palette, and there's so many people that you can, advise you. I've been really, really blessed because of the nature of my business. I've done a lot of brand photography, and with each one I do, I'm learning what are the colors and what are the shapes of different dresses and styles that really, really enhance my figure. That has changed a lot. In particular, you saw me mention that it's 3 years since my hysterectomy. And what happens with sudden menopause? Your body changes size. Is it harder to love yourself when you change? Absolutely. And there is, for me, this freedom in my body now because I don't have pain. So knowing, again, really getting comfortable. And again, as women, our body shapes change all the time. But the one thing that can really bring us so much joy is color. And obviously we know the power of infrared therapies, right? There's so many different therapies that are associated with colours. So finding out what works for you is the important challenge for today. And really, I'd love to hear what your favourite colours are and how you like to wear them. And it could be something as a headscarf or a hat. You'll always see me like wearing my blue hats and my red scarves and all of that, and just to bring more of that joy, in particular on a day that is called Blue Monday. Let's reframe that and let's rewrite the bullshit rules around Blue Monday and bring your colours to the fore. Thanks so much for watching day 13.